Well, hello and welcome to this video where I'll be building this very old frog Spitfire, which is available in either a Mk.1A or a Mk.5A version. Now this is a bit different to what I normally do because firstly this scale is 1/72 and I build 1/48 scale because my eyesight's not as great as it used to be, and I've got hands like shovels here as well, so that's my preferred scale when it comes to aircraft. But I saw this being sold on Amazon and I thought to myself it'd be a little bit of fun to put this together and just get an idea of really how bad these kits really are, or are they? Well, that's something I plan to find out. Now these aren't very expensive, and you might think it's sacrilege to actually open this packet. Well, to be honest, I don't think they're worth a lot. This I had delivered for a tenner, and I think the majority of them out there are only being sold for about £13 a time, you know, all in their original package. There are a lot of box kits out there, but I'm a little bit wary of buying those because there might be parts missing. Where I've got this here, that's actually got a sealed bag, and the staples are still in there, and it's even got the old currency on here, the before the decimal. In fact, the decimal's been added here as well, so this must have been on the shelf at the verge of us going over to decimalisation, and it's 3 shillings and 6pence, which is 17.5p, which is what that is there. Yeah, so I thought to myself, well, it'd be a little bit of fun. This isn't a review. I can't really do a review on this. It's a bit unfair, you know, it's very old kit. There's bound to be things wrong with it. But I thought I'd just do a little hands-on build with it. There will be some editing with it, but I'll try and show you everything going together because it's a very small kit. I'm expecting poor fit, flash, and obviously these decals are very, very old. Now how far I'm going to take this I really don't know, but I'm going to build it up. I'm going to spray it with my airbrush and then finish it off by putting the decals on. Now if the decals don't go on properly, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I'm just going to see if I can build this up without any problems, and see if I can get a decent finish on it using more modern tools than what were about in those days. Thankfully we've moved on from painting them with brushes to having airbrushes and compressors now. So yeah, let's have a look and see how this goes, shall we? And in the meantime, I'll just find out, I'll go online and see what this value is in 2024 as well, and I'll get back to you with that. Be interested to know what that relates to in 2024. How to put your model together. Cement parts together, choice of parts provided, shape with a hot knife, areas where you're not supposed to glue parts, and cut with a sharp knife. Is that it? Dear oh dear. Yeah. This is a Mk.5A, Douglas Bader, and Mk.1A here for the 19th Squadron. I don't know which one I'll do. I think I'll choose the one that's going to use all the parts up, basically, I think. Unless it's just down to the decals, I don't know. Anyway, multilingual assembly pictures, choice of markings and parts for 1 or 2 different models. I've looked at the price of this, and that is equivalent to about £2.20 in 2024. So if you can find a brand new 1/72 scale plastic kit for £2.20, best of luck. It just goes to show how things have gone up in price. Right, let's have a take a gander at what we've got here, shall we? God, this is small. I'm not used to this at all. Put a bit of tissue paper in there. Something I don't think I would have expected in the day, but there you go. Yeah. Usual thing, but a flash around there. It can all be cleaned up. I'm not going to be critical towards this at all. It's just a bit of fun, really. A bit of reminiscing. Yeah, a fair bit of cleaning up. I think I'll take that prop off before I lose it. Yeah, no frame. Well, there is a frame, but you know, there's no external frame to this at all. So they used to make them. The tail wheel there just hanging on by the looks of it. I don't think I'll be painting that. I don't think I'll be painting the frames on that. Let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah, you can see on the surface that the tooling's all scratched. But you know, the tooling's improved over the years as well, the methods and all that. So it's another advantage we've got nowadays. Shrink marks. Well, that looks all right. Now these here have gone all yellow. And like I say, I'm not too sure if these will be any good, but I shall give them a try. The registration's awful on it. I mean, I know this is just the backing paper here, but even that's not sitting in the centre of the backing paper there, look. Or is it supposed to be like that? I don't think so. No, the registration. Yeah, it's the registration, isn't it? The way they printed it on the back of the transfer paper. It's not quite central. Be interested to see how that pans out. That. Well, I think because this is such a low parts count, I think I might just deflash all this plastic, clean it all up, and then we'll do some assembling. I don't know what that mark there is. So I'll show you some of that. That's okay. Right, well that's the prop done. Oh, there that is on there. Yes. That looks like tool damage, yeah, with a bit of mold release left on there by the looks of it. Bit of flash on the old ejector pin there. I'll check that one. No. Right, that's that. fairly clean, that spinner. Yeah. Get that any better than that. Still needs a bit off there. Yeah, that other wheel well isn't that great. It's not as wide as that one there. He was a lot thinner. The detail, it's I've had this with Revell kits where I think to myself, am I removing flash here or detail? I suppose I could look at the instructions, but then the instructions ain't going to show you a lot. Right, so let's him cleaned up. Right. Like I say, I've got to concentrate on this, it's so small. Get it cleaned up and you get a fighting chance then that it's going to go together reasonably well. And then if it don't, you can just say to yourself, well, I've done my best. God, that's so small to hold. I'm going to put that in the bag. I might trim that after I've glued it. Right, I see that goes in there, so we'll put a drop of glue in there. Of course, back in the day they had tubes of glue, and they were okay in their day, but they're frowned upon now. Although Airfix still insist on putting them in their kits, which beggars belief. I don't know what the idea of that is. They are horrible things, really. Gotta get used to this glue. Whenever you buy a new pot of that ultra thin Tamiya, it's surprising how your old glue tends to thicken up. I've got to be careful I don't put too much on here, because it's a lot runnier than the old pot. This here I'm going to clean up once it's dry. Yeah, well, let's go for it, shall we? I think what we'll do, we'll clamp it and then just add the glue. It's closed up all right, that. Yeah, that might need a bit of influencing, I think. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. That's closed up better. Yeah, that's closed up better. Well, I'll tell you what, that ain't bad, that. Needs a couple more clamps. Well, I think we'll start under here, I think. I know this is a capillary action, but I just like to do this. Send it along the seam. Like so. Oh, see what I mean? That seems to be alright there. Actually, it's not a bad little fit, that fuselage. Clamps influencing it a little bit. I think I might leave that clamp off there. Try a crocodile clip on that. Yeah, that's pulled in. Right, well, I'm happy with the way that's gone together. So it's a case of getting rid of that horrible high spot. Which is now gone. That's for the aerial, so I don't need to worry about too much for that. And I think, where's me 1500 there? I think that'll do. Yeah. Just like raised edge there. That's lovely. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, let's just run my knife down here again. Let's be 800. That's lovely. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it's not a great fit, is it? It's not a great fit. If that's supposed to be straight, it's usually block here. I think they probably yeah, well, that's looking better. I can see there that it's got a high spot. I always use this block. It comes in handy for doing things like this, so that you don't round things off or influence them where you take too much of plastic off one side. If you lay it on here nice and flat, almost like a surface plate. Oh, that's looking better, but it's not going in tight. That's all right there. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get that any better than that. Yeah, sanding sticks are crap. I bought them off Amazon. They're alright, but I normally make my own. I think I'll carry on making my own, I think. But that's better than what it was, isn't it? But it's not a great fit. Where's my knife gone? Oh, I've tidied up, haven't I? Let's do that. Well, that's improved it. Kicking down a bit there. I don't think I'm going to get that any better, to be honest. You're kicking down as if there's too much plastic here. Yeah. Slice that one off. I might help bring it up. You try all these things, you see, when you dry fit. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get that any better than that. So what I'm going to do, I'll go off camera and do the same on the other side. Bit on there. Make sure it's straight. That'll do. The sun's out here. Can't believe this. We've had just constant rain since Christmas here in the UK. And it's only just stopped raining now, but yeah, that's a welcoming bit of sun. That nice pick me up after the weather we've had. Anyway, that's the I'll wait for that to dry. I'll cut the ends of the axles off, and then I'll do a little bit of filler on there. Right, well I'm just going to try the fitting of these, and I have noticed something, and it's totally my fault, but when I've cut this off the sprue, because it wasn't defined where I was supposed to have cut it, I've cut it too short, because that's supposed to sit in there like an angle like so, but that piece there that goes into the slot I've actually cut by mistake. So that's not a fault of the kit, that's a fault of mine, that. But I will be able to sort of super glue that to that, but it's going to be awkward. Anyway, that's like I say, that's my fault. Yeah, that looks like to be a manufacturing problem there with that K. Very, very thick. So a bit of water. Yeah, they're very thick. Yeah, that's decal there. You go. Great. He's a bit damaged on the top there. And that should be sitting down a bit further, but the backing paper isn't getting in the way. So I'm going to leave that. Yeah, I've got the backing paper now overlapping the edge of the fin. Ah, it's broke. Yeah. It's a shame, isn't it? Ah, yes, it's breaking up. Right, okay, let's have a chat about this, shall we? First of all, let's go through the negative bits. The first two items are the aerial and the decal that's supposed to go on the side there. I've lost both. Don't know where the hell they've gone to, really don't know. I did make a point of keeping the aerial, but it's gone. Decals, they went on okay, but the backing paper on them is bloody awful. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see that they're already lifting here. Around here, and I've actually applied marker set to those, and that marker set didn't like the decals at all, or rather the decals didn't like the marker set, it all went corrugated, and I thought to myself, well, I should have left it. But once I sprayed me Humbrol matte coat on there, which I thinned down with white spirit, it did actually pull them down a bit, but yeah, not very good, unfortunately. But for the time, yeah, they're all right, I suppose. And obviously they're very old decals as well. I expected a lot more yellow in from them, but because they've been in a bag, they've been all right. This slot here, I can only assume is for a stand. I don't know. Tail wheel has been put on, and this part here, which I cut too short, I managed to super glue that on there. Yeah, it wasn't that defined, and the part that's supposed to have gone into the slot there was accidentally cut off by me. The other thing is the prop assembly here would never have fitted the way they wanted it to have fit. The actual shaft that was attached to the prop was either short molding or had broken off, or something had happened to it, but it wasn't long enough for it to accept the collar on the back to retain the shaft. What else is there? The canopy is shocking. I don't know if you can see that, but there's about, well, I can see with the naked eye 1, 2, 3, 4 air holes in that canopy. It doesn't fit properly. It's not very clear. It's a very poor molding, and I ended up having to run a bead of me PVA that I used to glue it on with round the back there, because that was quite a large gap, and round the front here as well. Yeah, I sometimes have to use this bit like a mastic gun, where I'm applying silicone around a bath or something. You just lay it on there and just apply it around the bottom edge. It dries clear, so you can't really see it, but yeah, it's not very good, is it? No. What else is there? I think that's it, really. Apart from the fact that I could have spent a bit more time on the painting side of it and on the filling side of it, the actual finish. I started this build with the mindset that this was going to be a struggle to build, but that mindset sort of dissipated halfway along the build, and I started having thoughts of it being thrown in the bin, so I started rushing it. But I built it anyway. I've experienced an old kit, and that's what I found was wrong with it, really. Decals and quality of the plastics, basically. And thankfully nowadays that's all been addressed by some manufacturers. Yeah. So yeah, that's it then. I think I'll bid you goodbye now. Thanks very much for watching. Something a bit different. It made a change for me to sort of fall back on this while I was building that P51. If you want to see that video build of that P51, it'll be forthcoming. So if you want to keep in touch with the channel, you know what to do. I don't need to explain to you how to subscribe and do all the rest of it. And I shall see you very soon.